Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Feast. Miles Edgeworth is attorney. I'm an attorney. Trials and Tribulations. I'm Legion Van 64D. And we're about to go to court as Miles Edgeworth, the defense attorney. Huh. Oh my. Mr. Larice feels that way about me? Apparently. He isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donham, correct? That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well then. No psychic lines. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed... Don't worry. I've taken the necessary steps. You have? Iris. It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what a friend of mine told me once. Mr. Edgeworth. You may pass judgment on me from the defendant's chair. You are the one to decide whether or not I am able to do the task I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. I have no idea how Mr. Wright does this. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris for Hazakura Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove this case. It would seem this case is already over before there's a chance to begin. I'm ready to announce my verdict this time. The court finds the defendant...
Objection!
The prosecution stands ready. And you are... Franziska von Karma. Prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma. That is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. You did? Well, must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? Look very much like a prosecutor met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say? There is no such weaklings as this man among those in the prosecutor's office. There isn't. But I'm sure once before in this court... I told you, there is no such weakling. What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip. Hold it! I have no objection to the whip. You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting. Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. Allow me to add the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Duh! The stage is set. Now continue with your proceedings, Your Honor. Very well. Ms. Von Karma, please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed picture book author Miss Elise Donim. Her body was found in the Hasakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is a weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo as a crime scene. Well, we've seen that sword before. There was no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to a crime. Very well. Please bring the witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on there. I'm not sure, but being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up and nice and straight. Oh. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defense lobby for witnesses with bad backs. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. That's more like it. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Hello, me? I'm a little head down Hasakura Temple for Eagle Mountain. My name's Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave the sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. In any case... Witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place in the night in question. That's right. I still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way two little Iris could do anything like that. Let us hear what you have to say, then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? Night of the murder. That night I was helping the Acolyte with a training in the Inner Temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So, I left Iris to help the Acolyte and returned to Hasakura Temple. There's no bath in the Inner Temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I just finished. Just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. So it was simply coincidence you found yourself returning to Hasakura Temple? Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed in the Inner Temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with her testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall into the first hurdle now, are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. Typical of Von Karma. That night I was helping an Acolyte with a training in the Inner Temple, but... What is this Inner Temple? Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right? We'll be the ones asking you the questions, madam. In order to do that, a place strong and spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training. And how exactly do you help with this process? It's all quite exacting. It cannot be performed without a nun supervising. Like a tutor, watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. A tutor with a whip in your case. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple, where the murder took place? Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up. Violently. Violently? That's right. It's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training. On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again? That's right. Raging like a bull in a pig pen. Almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off. So I left Iris to help the Acolyte and returned to Asakura Temple. You left Iris to help? With what? What do you think? The Acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into training exercises proper. Was it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simply to watch over the Acolyte so they don't pass away. Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct? Yes. She's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions. Except when you accused her of murder. There's no bath in the temple, you see, and I need a long, hot soak. So you returned to the Hazakura Temple in order to take a bath? My back is to blame for everything. It's a do-it-be-done-in kind of world, after all. How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are! I wonder what's in your mind. I know what's on your mind. I bet your next question is going to be, where exactly did you watch? Oh, this is why you have to watch the young ones. What are you going on about? I was... Pathetic, Miles Edgeworth. The lowest of the low. Is there some sort of kick-me sign stuck to the defense's bench? Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long, you understand, so... Trust me, Edgeworth. Everyone's against the defense attorney. You get used to it. It was just after I had finished I was heading back. That's when I saw it. The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway for which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true. There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are. Iris. There's no bath near the temple. Okay. Let's look at what we've got so far, in terms of facts. So you had to go back to the temple. Just have to be passing the courtyard. Alright. Why not this one? I stopped the Acolyte, returned to Hazakura Temple. We have a lot of information. Okay. So on the back. Let's worry about the more immediate stuff. We don't have to worry about the fact that she fell 10 feet and then after dying. That's kind of odd. Swing out 10 was done. Release. Cult. No need to worry about the thunderstorm. About lightning strikes. We just need the importance. Heavenly Hall. Chishito. Staff. I love that. Something about reading people's hearts. What utter nonsense. Tries to help the acolyte return back to the temple. Something about her memory. Problem is, this one's going to be obvious. Well, I don't see why not. Well, yeah. This one's the most contradicting, so let's just present this! Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, well, well. Don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all. The head honcho of Hasakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back to staying in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No! She said that? A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hasakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. Duh! All people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question. Dear, dear, dear. You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you? Well, that isn't exactly what My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. Then, I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show more of a decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. And let us return to the cross-examination. That night I was helping an acolyte with the training in the inner temple, but... well, as you can see, my bat likes to act up violently. Iris came to the inner temple. She was just exactly like she had been at dinner. Hold it! Are you sure that you're not making a mistake? You, young man, need to get an estimation of me up to the floor. Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake. Thinking I made a mistake. Excellent finish there, witness. Still, I have to wonder. If I recall correctly, I do believe she gave him her hood! Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course. That's a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Hold it right there! You don't have... Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Ms. Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, the defendant couldn't have been wearing this very hood. Well! Oh. It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Order the court! Witness! Sister, this hood. You have spare ones in around the temple, don't you? Spare? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see. Stockpile, surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. This is quite strange. Ah! If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. Then there's no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness? While I don't wish to call your testimony to doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. Well, I finished my bath around 11 when I thought I should return to the inner temple. As I was walking back, I heard a noise in the courtyard. I took a look and Iris was, oh, Mr. Khalees! And with that sword of all things! Mr. Khalees was staying in the corner room which faces out of the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred when she was pushed out of a window. You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, I would have been much like Miss Von Karma whipping out Mr. Edgeworth in two in court, and me seeing it all from this very chair. Something like that. This judge, his imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine. Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? Typical. Something's never changed and she leaves the same holes open. I finished my bath around 11. I thought I should return to the inner temple. How far is it from your room to the inner temple? Let me think a moment. About 20 minutes on these stumps of mine. It's about 15 minutes to Dusky Bridge and Oscar Temple. The inner temple is just beyond the bridge. Still, you never made it back there that night, did you? That's right. I was heading along the walkway towards the main hall. And as I was walking back, the noise of the courtyard, I took a look and... You say you heard a noise? Thump! Just like that! That can only be the sound of the victim falling. It's very quiet in the temple, you know. You can even hear the snow falling from the branches. Thump! Just like that! But then, couldn't this noise you've heard been snow falling to the ground? I never thought of that. The next one to laugh gets a whipping! Well, whenever the source of the sound, I looked over at the courtyard and... Iris was... Oh, Mr. Khalees, with that sword of all things! This is the second time the witness had testified as seeing the defendant. But some doubt remains of these claims. Hey, just what does that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to... The murderer who stabbed the victim with a sword. This is a bikini. Try to recall exactly who it was you saw, as clearly as you can. Well, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Oh, now that you mention it, there was something awfully strange about her. Something that had been bugging me all this time. Please don't keep us in suspense. Her hood! Her hood? That's right! It's coming back to me! Iris, she wasn't wearing any hood! I thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right? Ugh! Oh, I regret this immediately. You've dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth. What do you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Is this testimony important? It's important. This may initially appear to put me in a disadvantage, but I can't see any other leads at the moment. Your Honor, I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony. Miles Edgeworth, if you want to hang yourself, you only need to ask. I'll gladly let you my will. Witness, add that statement to your testimony. No problem. Now that you mention it, I just didn't have her hood on. You sure about that? Yes. After that, we always wear the same. After all, we always wear the same clothes. I don't mean because you're poor. You understand? It's our style. Yes, that's it. There's absolutely no need to explain yourself. Anyway, she looked different from normal, so that really stuck out. Like me holding a whippet puppy instead of my whip. At least then it might bite you and not someone else. Iris didn't have her hood on, I'm sure of it. Very well. Now, please tell us about your victim, eh? Mr. Calise was staying in the corner room which faces out onto the courtyard. The room where the victim was staying in overlooking the courtyard, correct? Which means the victim's room was on the second floor. No. Asagura Temple is a single-story building, but the mountain itself slopes downward, which elevates the main gate side of the temple and the guest rooms in the back to about the height of the two-story building. I see. And the victim was staying in the elevated room, correct? Yes. I should know. I'm the one who carried her things to her room after all. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after when she was pushed out of a window. What makes you sure of all this? It's just like I told you earlier. I heard a noise in the courtyard, okay? Thump! Just like that. You're one smart sister, I'll give you that. The autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet in height. It appears that the witness was not mistaken then. Yep, I'm more than just a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Asakura Temple. There's only 2 of them working there. What's wrong, Miles Edgeworth? No snappy comeback remark? It doesn't feel like she's lying. There's a very powerful testimony, too. She claims to have seen the instant in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There's only 2 things I can believe in right now. My client, Iris, and my own abilities as a defense attorney. Which are slim. Now then. I do believe the problem. She didn't have her hood on. Cornrows faces out in the courtyard. Most of it could actually pushed out the window. Well, that's when another problem arises. Lots of blood from stab in the back. She fell after death, which means there is a contradiction. Objection! Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyway. Oh, please do! My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Ms. Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take a look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from the height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. That's right! It says after death right here. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Oh! Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room, don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And then she was thrown out the window down in the courtyard below. Objection! Were there any signs of the struggle in Miss Dona's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would have left a blood stain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Ms. Von Karma, was there any blood? Ugh! No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found in my glorious playoff beard. However, there's no blood in the room, and you'll claim that... I'm sure there'll be no need for me to go over this. As I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood? Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost in the body, that would be when the blade was removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place. Then acts like a lid on the wound. That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. Part of the reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all the contradictions. Order, order, order! I must admit that this is the probable version of events. I expect no less from Franziska Von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems we need a clear testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the truth, please. Witness, please! Remain standing on the crate! Don't go selling me short now! The way the winter snow has bent me out of shape. Especially my back and my mood. Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we have finished here. With the whip? Oh boy. Alright, alright.